Hello students, welcome to the biology class. In our last session, we have started with the features of different phylum. In continuation of that, today we are going to discuss a very important phylum and the largest phylum of the kingdom Animalia, that is your phylum Arthropoda. As the means, that is, arthros means joint and poda means feet. Animals have jointed appendages, hence they are being known as or called as arthropods. This is the largest phylum of the Animalia. Animals are bilateral, symmetrical and triploblastic. They show the organ system level of organization. The body is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. Body. This is the first phylum in which the body is divided into the head, thorax and abdomen, and in some cases the head and the thorax, they are fused to form cephalothorax. Head bear a pair of compound and simple eyes, antenna and mouth parts suitable for the type of nutrition. As we already discussed in our cockroach, that is the omnivorous. So depending upon the type of the nutrition, and they have a suitable body parts accordingly. Thorax bears 3 pairs of walking legs, 2 pairs of wings in the insect. Cephalothorax, they bears the 4 pairs of the legs in the arachnids and appendages for the swimming in crustaceans. So they are the basically the insects which are being divided into the different categories. The animals, they are eucoelomates, and the body cavity is modified into hemocoel and is filled with the body fluid that is known as hemolymph. Very important, that is the hemolymph is there. Now the respiratory organs are gills in aquatic animals like prawns, air tubes or trachea in insects, for example cockroach, grasshopper, and the book lungs in the arachnids, that is spider. Excretion is by Malpighian tubules in insects and green glands in crustaceans like prawns. Animals are unisexual, means the male and the female, they are sexually distinguished. They show the sexual dimorphism, and oviparous means they used to lay the eggs. Fertilization is internal and development is direct or indirect depending upon the conditions. But a very important property which is being shown by the insect, that is metamorphosis. During the development, they shows the metamorphosis, and the larva stage is different from that of the adult stage. We can say that is the cockroach used to undergo the molting for the 13 times and then develop into the adult. The example is your king crab, which is being known as your living fossil, apis or the honeybee. Then there is the silkworm, that is Anopheles, Culus, Aedes. These are the mosquitoes, and they are also responsible for causing the diseases. They are known as the vector of diseases, like Anopheles for the malaria, Culus, and the Aedes, that is for the dengue. And next there is one more important pest, that is known as your gregarious pest, means a very bad pest, that is called as the locust. And here there is some images which you will see in the live specimens too. So this is your prawn, this is your aquatic insect, that is your giant water bug, and then we are having a number of, that is scorpio and centipede. Centi means century, means 100 legs are there. So here you can see even that is a claws and there is a walking legs, and if you count them then they will have 100 legs. That's why the name is centipede. And there is one more which is been known as millipede, and here you can see that they are having the head the portion, that is the head is there, trunk, or you can say the thorax is there, and they are having the antenna, which is very important feature by which that will act as a sensory organ or the sensory alarm for them. And then they are having a walking legs, which are present in the paired form, that is in the jointed form. That's why the name of this phylum is Arthropoda. So after the Arthropoda, the next phylum and the very important phylum is Mollusca, that is a soft. The animal have a soft unsegmented body covered by the calcareous shell. As you know, इसका बहुत सिंपल एग्जाम्पल है जिसे हम बोलते हैं सिप्पी. सिप्पी के अंदर जो एनिमल प्रेजेंट है दैट इज़ द मोलस्का. और सिप्पी और शेल इज़ बेसिकली द कवरिंग, जिसमें कहते हैं ना मोती बनता है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड एज द पर्ल ऑस्टर. सो दीज आर द फीचर्स ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर फाइलम ओनली. The second largest phylum of kingdom Animalia is your Mollusca. The first largest is the Arthropoda, and this is the second. Animals that is aquatic, that is both, that is marine and the fresh, and sometimes they are present in the land, that is in the damp soil. Triploblastic, bilateral, symmetrical, but symmetry is lost in some of the animals or some of the examples. Body is divided into head, muscular foot, and visceral hump. Visceral means soft, where no bone is present. Visceral hump is covered by the soft, spongy layer of the skin forming the mantle. The space between the visceral hump and the mantle is the mantle cavity, in which the gills are present. So these are basically known as for the, you can say, the respiratory organs. So they bear the head, as they have already divided. Now after the phylum of Arthropoda, now the further phylums, they will have a division of the body. Head bear the eyes, mouth, and tentacles. The mouth have the file-like rasping organs, that is called as the radula. Animals are unicellular and they are oviparous, means they again lay the eggs, and the development is indirect, that is with the larva stage. And the very common example, that is your pearl oyster is there, then cuttlefish or sepia, and octopus, that is very with the octo means 8. So the particular animal having the 8 legs, that is called as your octopus, and the common name is devilfish. And then there is a tusk shell is there, and the apple snail. The examples are there. So here you can see the images of that is your sepia, or you can have a dentalium, and the following, they are the example, even the specimens you can see in your lab. The next is your phylum Echinodermata. So the next is Echinodermata, that is a spiny, and derma means the skin, means when the outer skin is spiny, then the name of the phylum is Echinodermata. They have endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles, not shell. Now here the word is ossicle. The animals are marine and the gregarious, and the adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but the larvae are bilateral symmetrical. So this is a very distinguishing point of this phylum, in which the adult is radial symmetrical and the larva is bilateral symmetrical. Animals are triploblastic, eucoelomate, that is without the coelom, and the organ system level of organization. The digestive system is complete with the mouth on the ventral and the lower surface, and the anus on the dorsal or the upper surface. They have a characteristic vascular system, that is modified body cavity, which helps in respiration, locomotion, food capture, and transport in the body. Circulatory system is absent. This is again a very important feature of this phylum. Reproduction is sexual, fertilization is external, development is indirect, with free swimming bilateral symmetrical larva. What is the difference between direct and indirect development? Indirect development, you can say that is the egg after hatching from the egg, that is complete. You can say the adult is being formed. There is no larva stage. If there is a larva stage, then this is known as the indirect development, and then when there is no larva stage, direct formation of the adult individual, that particular development is known as the direct development. And the very common example of the phylum Echinodermata is the starfish. That is very common example. Along with that, we have a sea lily, sea cucumber, and you can see that is the arms. We can have 1, 2, 3, 4 arms. That is the shape is like a star shape, and 2 feet, that is basically the locomotory organs. They are having a spines. That's why that is the Echinodermata is there. So this is the example of your Echinodermata, that is your starfish. And you are having some more examples over there, that is a feather star and that is a sea cucumber. So you have to identify if some images are given, and you have to write the features of that particular animal. The next is your, and the last of your non-chordata phylum, that is your Hemichordata. Animals are marine and worm-like, and they are bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic and eucoelomate, and the organ system of level of organization is there. So they are having the organ system level of organization. Body is divided into, instead of head and thorax, we having a proboscis, and the collar is there and the trunks are there, and the respiration is through the gill slit. Circulatory system is closed. Excretion is again by the same, that is the proboscis gland is there, and the animals, they are unisexual, and fertilization is external. Development, they include the larva stage, means the indirect is there, and that resembles the larva of invertebrates. And the very common and the one example is your, that is your Blamoglossus, that is a Balanoglossus is there, and this is also the image of the same. So here you can see that is not very clear, but there is a collar is there, this is the trunk is there. So the body is being divided into that particular parts instead of head, thorax and further parts. So they said that this is all about your non-chordata, in which we discuss a number of the phylums. Around about we discuss about J, matlab 10 phylums we have discussed under the non-chordata. Go through them and please try to distinguish between the specific features of one phylum with the another phylum. And in our next session we will start with our another very important phylum, that is your chordata, and then we are having a subphylum and the classes of the chordata. Till then, stay home, stay happy. Thank you.